funeral is about to begin, sir.
I think we just picked up Dracula. It's got a death curse!
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Never Not Horror Quick Cuts. Quick Cuts is our off-week episode where instead of doing a deep dive movie review, we do something else. Today, it is going to be the next entry in Horror by the Decades. And this episode, we are ranking our top 13 horror movies from the 1930s. I am Steve Clark.
And I'm Rich Hansel.
We started doing the Horror by the Decades in the 20-teens. And so teens, so this is the 9th entry.
Wow, damn.
So our 9th top 13 ranking of decades, which we've done other rankings too, but this is one I remember doing the 20 teens, the 2000s, the 90s. Like my list to narrow it down to a 13 was like 20, 30 plus movies. And as we went, it got less and less until I hit the 60s and it's like, I don't have enough movies. And then the 50s, I still don't have enough movies. The 40s, I had only seen one movie.
Yeah, we had to watch movies we never heard of or seen.
The 30s is the first one where I still needed to watch movies. There was stuff that I had not seen that I wanted to be able to at least give the option to, but this is one, it wasn't nearly as hard to have enough movies. That does not mean it wasn't hard to rank, because it was insanely difficult to rank for me. And I'm excited to do the ranking here because I feel like I may have some controversial takes.
Okay.
But before we get into that, when we do quick cuts, we like to talk a little bit about what we have been into horror related, whether it's books, movies, video games, whatever. So before we get into our ranking, Rich, we talked a little pre-stream. I don't think you have very much here this time.
The only thing I did unbox the Miner from My Bloody Valentine, the action figure from NECA. Other than that,
it looks very good, and
it's a good figure.
Yeah, if you don't go to Richie's channel, if you don't follow that, I did share a little clip of the video on the Never Not Horror Facebook page. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, good stuff. I have not watched anything new that I had not seen. I watched some 30s movies that I had not seen.
Yeah,
but
I have done that.
I haven't watched any new ones. So movie-wise, I don't have anything. But book-wise, I finished Brian Smith's The Depraved, the first book. I liked it quite a bit. I didn't love it. So I've read probably 7, 8, 9 Brian Smith books. That was not one of my favorites. Like some of his more recent stuff I like a lot more.
Yeah.
So, but it is very extreme horror, very very violent, both graphic violence, sexual violence, like not for everybody. This is hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore stuff.
I hope you get to Depraved Halloween.
I plan to keep reading through the whole thing.
That is good.
Yeah.
Really good.
But yeah, the first one, I liked it. Didn't blow me away. It wasn't my favorite Ryan Smith book yet.
Yeah. At this point, I think I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to watch them in reverse since I watched the last one first.
You're right. I'd be curious to see how that works. Because I don't know what the character carryover is on these. Like,
I didn't even know it was a series of books.
And right, yeah.
So I've just picked that one, and then when you said it was, I'm like, huh.
Yeah, there's 4 other ones before that.
And when I was watching or reading the book, I was like, man, this could be. I would love to know where this character come from. You know, the backstory on this person.
There may be 4 books worth. I don't know. I don't know what character might still be. I mean, there were multiple characters that did live through the first book, so maybe they carry on. But so yeah, I finished that. And again, I did an author spotlight section, which I may do another one on my blog, just something more permanent out there for people to see. But I love Brian Smith. Like, I love the way he writes. Just is so easy to read for me.
Yeah.
It is graphic, hardcore horror, but a huge fan. Slowly We Rot is his zombie novel. One of the first books by him I read, is probably my favorite zombie novel of all time.
Wow.
So good. He's got great stuff, so definitely recommend checking out Brian Smith. So I finished that. So now I'm reading Witchboard, the novelization, which I'm maybe like 20% in because I'm reading it on my Kindle, and it's cool. It's based on the screenplay, which had scenes that weren't actually in the movie. So like the book opens with, so in the movie, the spirit that they talk to on the board is David, the little boy.
Uh-huh.
The first chapter of the book is David dying, like how he dies.
Really?
And it's, so you get added extra scenes, but then when you get to scenes that are in the movie, a lot of the dialogue is exactly the same. So I'm enjoying it. It's fine. I mean, it's not like it's going to be my book of the year or anything, but I'm enjoying it as a fan of the movie. So I'm working on that. But then I also threw out, this is a bit of a spoiler, prepping for this list, I watched Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And that's a Robert Louis Stevenson story.
Yep.
And that came up. The Body Snatcher was Robert Louis Stevenson. And I remember seeing that it was based on that story. And I found a Kindle version of The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but it also had 2 other stories, and one of them was The Body Snatcher.
Oh, yeah.
So the other one's some kind of vampire story or something. So I bought that. So it's got Jekyll and Hyde, The Body Snatcher, and this other horror story from Robert Louis Stevenson.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
haven't started it yet, but I'm going to get to that. And then the other thing I was going to throw in, I came across this podcast. It's not a podcast. It is a podcast, but it's not like this kind of podcast. It's like audio dramas, like acted out shows, kind of. It's called Petrified, and a new one just came out the other day, so that was the first one that I had listened to. It's the only one I've listened to so far, but it's just voice actors like acting out, basically a stage play, but just audio.
Yeah.
But it was creepy as shit. It was really well done, and they have some name actors come in. David Dismalchian, who was the main guy in Late Night with the Devil. He was the host of the show.
Yeah.
He did one of the voices on that episode, so it was pretty good. I was impressed with it. I will definitely check out some more, but it's called Petrified. I think that pretty much covered it. Yeah, I think that's it. So, and I'm excited to get into this list. So
yeah.
So let's go ahead. So yeah, we are gonna start in at number 13. If you're new, you can check out our rankings from the 40s all the way up to the 20 teens. Rich, I'll let you kick this one off.
All right. My number 13 of Horror Through the Decades, 1930s, is one that I had seen, but it had been a long, long, long time ago, probably in my 20s or 30s. It was the last time I saw this, so I really didn't know what I was getting into, but it is 1934's The Black Cat.
Okay.
And when you hear the names Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, David Manners, I mean, those are some big hitters in the 30s and 40s as far as horror goes. But I don't know. I kind of liked it, and it was probably more graphic than a lot of the movies on the list, though. And maybe through dialogue, like he's at the end, he's like going to skin him alive. If you remember, Bela Lugosi's going to skin Boris Karloff alive.
Right. What year did that Hays Code thing come out? Like, when did...
I think it was 35.
Okay.
I think it was 35 or 36, and this was in 34, so it did not have to do the code. He even had blood on his mouth, if you remember that part. Yeah, there was blood on it and stuff. Besides those being starred, it is pretty much about some honeymooners. They get caught in between, like a feud between these two guys, which is Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. And Bela Lugosi is in search of his wife and daughter, and of course Karloff, who is some kind of, I don't know if they had millionaires back then, but he's a real wealthy guy,
right?
And he thinks that he might have him held up in his kind of mansion he's got. So that's where Bela Lugosi is headed to try to find his daughter, and he comes along these two honeymooners, a man and woman. But it's okay. There's not very much Black Cat in it. That what there is, it's like I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are listening to this and you're a big Black Cat fan, let me in on it, because I mean, there is a Black Cat in it.
Yeah.
But
could have called it something else.
yeah. Could have called it something else. But yeah, so my number 13 is 1934's The Black Cat.
All right. Well, I said, again, man, I don't know if I said this when we were recording or in between recordings, but I think my list is going to ruffle some feathers, like controversial takes on some things.
Yeah.
But here we go. My number 13 is from 1933, King Kong.
Okay.
So my explanation here is it is incredible what they accomplished with this movie.
It really is.
Like, just I mean, yes, sometimes King Kong looks silly, but the way they did it to make it look like it looks in the 1930s, just the scope of some of the, like when they get to the village in the beginning and there's just hundreds of people and
they had to have a lot of extras.
Yeah, it is amazing what they achieved here. The reason that I only have it at number 13 is I'm just not a huge big monster guy like that. Like Godzilla's okay, King Kong's okay, but it's just not really my thing. To me, calling King Kong a horror movie is like calling Jaws a horror movie, which I know you think it is, but I don't really think it is. And I put Godzilla, the original, on my 50s list, and I don't really think of that as a horror movie. That's just not horror to me. It's thriller more than anything, but it's just too good. What they did was so impressive for the time that I can't not say it. And I had seen bits. I don't know that I'd ever seen the whole movie all the way through before until this time around. I'd seen bits and pieces here and there. Probably seen the whole thing in snippets, but really good, great acting, great effects, unreal what they pulled off in the 1930s. So much respect for what they did. It's just not really my thing, but I had to include it because it's just so landmark for what it did. So my number 13 is King Kong from 1933.
All right, that's brings me to number 12, and I have in that spot 1939's Son of Frankenstein. Directed by Roland V. Lee, stars Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Basil Rathbone. And I really like Basil Rathbone in this. He plays Dr. Frankenstein's son.
Yep.
And he's basically wanting to he's coming back to the village where Frankenstein lived, or Dr. Frankenstein lived, the original Victor, his father, and he's got a bad name, obviously, because half the town got killed by this guy's
reputation is not good.
So his goal is to try to bring the monster back to life and teach it morals, basically, to prove that his father did do the right thing and he wasn't all evil, and bring the name back. But it was a sequel.
Third Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, it was a sequel, and the first one was such a big hit that you got to put them all out there, and it was good. It was one of the better sequels of Frankenstein, in my opinion, and Boris Karloff did do his the monster again, and I kind of because Bride of Frankenstein was probably officially part 2.
Yes,
and if you've seen Bride of Frankenstein or read the book, Frankenstein kind of got smart as he went. And he could talk, he could smoke cigars.
Right.
And
good.
Yeah. And then in Son of Frankenstein, he goes back to just being like he was just birthed, which he was just birthed, but they kind of wiped him out, all his knowledge that he had before. And it didn't work for me all the way, but I mean, it is my number 12, so it's one that I like, but I mean, if I'm giving this a rating, it's not going to be nowhere near a 4 or a 5. So that's that. Son of Frankenstein, number 12 on my list.
All right. My number 12, we'll see if this is a ruffler or not. Also from 1933, my number 12 is The Invisible Man.
Ooh, wow, you've ruffled my feathers.
I guess I should say that, and this is a spoiler for a future episode where we rank the decades, but the 30s is just packed. Like,
it is.
I really like everything on this list. Yeah. Like, there's no to where in the 40s I had 2 movies I didn't even like on my top 13. Yeah. That is not the case here. Like, I like or really like or love every single movie on this list. So, but The Invisible Man was a first time watch for me.
Okay.
So I mean, I almost viewed it as a comedy more than anything. Like,
it did have some.
I mean, there's some heavy shit to it. I mean, just the whole I'm invisible and I can control the world, but I think the stuff that got me the most was just the comedy, like, and it's just kind of goofy, like when he's fucking with the townspeople basically, and like riding a bike through town and and all the shit. And
quick question: did you read H.G. Wells'
I have
Invisible
not.
Man?
I have not read the story.
You need to read.
Okay.
You will like The Invisible Man.
Okay,
you will really like it.
I need to brush up on some classic stuff for sure.
It is really good.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I've always heard good things about the movie. I've seen the recent remake, which is nothing like this.
No.
Like, it's just a totally different concept, but that movie's really good too.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this. I've seen lists that had this as the best Universal monster movie, and I certainly don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. I liked it a lot. I think it's funny. It's tense when it needs to be. I liked it. So I just like 11 movies besides that better. So number 12 is The Invisible Man from 1933.
All right, that brings us to number 11, and this is a movie that I saw probably for the first time maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it is 1932's. It is a James Whale film. He also did Frankenstein.
Yep.
This is The Old Dark House.
Yep.
And this is a kind of a comedy as well. There's some funny aspects to it, but it does star Boris Karloff, Melvin Douglas, Gloria Stewart. Charles Lawton is in it, who, as we know, was
Married to the Bride.
Yeah.
And directed Night of the Hunter.
Yeah, it's pretty much an old dark house and some
it originated the old dark house genre of horror.
Absolutely. And it is there's a bad storm going on, and a car gets need a place to stay. They get stuck in the mud, so they go to the old dark house, come in, and there is a family there. I think their last name was Femm, Femm, and it's a whole family of weird people and some weird stuff going on in there. And then another car gets stranded, and they have to come in.
Yep.
And there's kind of a love triangle that happens. I mean, it's a whole big mess of stuff happening in this movie, and it's very weird. And it's one you really got to pay attention to. You don't want to, get up and or get on your phone and start going through Facebook. You really need to pay attention to what's going on. And there's a good ending to it. And I love the dialogue between the characters, and I absolutely want to know what's going to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very interested in how these characters are going to get out of this situation that they're in. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. And this is probably the first one on my list that I absolutely, absolutely love, because I do really love this one. But it is number 11 on my list, and it is 1932 Old Dark House.
All right. My number 11 is another first-time watch for when I was prepping for this list. It is from 1935, a movie called Mad Love, starring Peter Lorre. It is about this surgeon guy who falls in love with this woman who's already engaged or married to a pianist played by Colin Clive from Frankenstein.
Yep.
Victor Frankenstein. Well, is he Victor in the original?
Is he Victor? I think he is.
I think he is. What's his son in Son of Frankenstein?
Baron Wolf. Baron von Wolf Frankenstein.
Yeah, okay. Peter Lorre plays a doctor. He's obsessed with this woman, and then there's an accident, and Colin Clive, her fiance, whatever, loses his hands, and he's like a big famous pianist, and so that's a big deal. And basically, he's trying to get this woman, but there's like not even a love triangle. He's basically a stalker, but I mean, it's more of a thriller than a horror movie, but and not giving away the reveals later in the movie, just really well acted. I was not familiar with Peter Lorre before doing the 30s list and doing this prep work, but this won't be the first time he's on the list. And so I really enjoyed it, though. This is one I had to rent to watch, but definitely worth the $3.99 I paid to rent it, and I enjoyed it. I recommend it. So I enjoyed it more than The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
So my number 11 is Mad Love from 1935.
All right, here we go. We are into the top 10, and I have this one might be a feather ruffler, but it is a lot of people hold this as number 1 on the list on people's list. I have it as number 10. It is 1935's James Whale's Bride of Frankenstein.
All right.
I do like this movie. We've spoke on the podcast before how we are both kind of book guys first.
Yep.
And I love Frankenstein, the book. It's probably it's got to be a top 2 or 3 favorite book of mine. And there was no bride of Frankenstein in the book.
Yeah.
He went to create a bride. And
there's almost no Bride of Frankenstein in the movie either.
Yeah, really. But he goes to create one, but it doesn't happen in the book. But of course, you have to have a sequel when you had such a movie like Frankenstein. But does stars Boris Karloff and Colin Clive, Valerie Hobson, Ella Lanchester plays the bride,
Right.
who's in the very beginning and the very end. She does play Mary Shelley at the very beginning.
Which that's cool.
Yeah, it was
interesting the way to do that.
But I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I said it didn't work for me, but I obviously love this movie. I do like it a lot. I love James Whale, but there's just some stuff because I like the book so much and I hold it so in such high regards. I struggle with watching it, and the Dr. Vittorius, I mean, or Pretorius, I think his name is. He's not even. There's not even such a character in the book,
right?
And he's wanting to get the secrets from Dr. Frankenstein on how he created man, but this dude's already created little midget people, little tiny people. I mean, that is a hell of an accomplishment,
right? You're telling me you can't make them bigger? That's the thing.
And he's like obsessed with making this big, dumb, stupid monster when he's making these little
fully
people.
Functional little people.
Yeah. But there is problems in it, but man, Boris Karloff does an amazing job in this. An amazing, amazing job. Don't get me wrong. I love Boris Karloff in this. He's one of the greatest actors of all time, I think. But yeah, it just falls short for me to be one of the greatest of all time. But it is my number 10 from the 1930s, The Bride of Frankenstein.
All right. Well, my number 10 is going to be our first crossover. So one that you've already named. And it is from 1932, The Old Dark House.
Nice.
This was not a first time watch. I had seen this before. A couple years ago, I saw it for the first time. I really like it. You summed it up really well. But the reveal at the end with like who the real villain is was cool. I've always this movie makes me feel like it was an inspiration for Clue later.
Yeah.
Just that.
Absolutely.
And I love Clue.
Yeah.
I'm also very good at the game. Yeah. So if there's ever a Clue party, I'm pretty solid. Yeah, the banter and like the character work in this eerie setting. I like the old dark house setting this was the template for. So
yeah.
I don't have much else to say for it other than I mean, Boris Karloff is in it, but he's not really that big of a thing in it. He's just a weird, scary butler guy.
You can't even hardly tell it is Boris Karloff.
No,
he's got a beard and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
He does,
and he's ultimately not the main villain of the story either. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, he's in it, but he doesn't have to be. Really, it would have been. It's weird to say that, as big of a fan as I am of Karloff. Like, you could have put somebody else in that role, and it wouldn't have mattered because he's really not important to the story.
You're exactly right.
But all that said, I still really like the movie. And so, yeah, my number 10 is The Old Dark House.
All right, we are to my number 9. And I think this is a bit of an obscure one here. I saw it for the first time 2 years ago because on my YouTube channel, I was unboxing a London After Midnight action figure, which, if you know what London After Midnight
Lon
is...
Chaney's Lost movie. One of his many Lost movies.
Directed by Todd Browning.
Yep.
And it was a silent film.
Yep.
Well, it got later I think it was in the 50s, there was a fire and it destroyed the last of it, and supposedly there's no more out there. Nobody's seen it. I've never seen London After Midnight. So there's probably nobody alive.
I don't think anyone living has actually seen it.
But Todd Browning, because that was from 1927, London After Midnight, Mark of the Vampire. Did I say the title even?
You didn't.
Oh,
not yet.
Mark of the Vampire is my pick here at number 9. But Mark of the Vampire is pretty much Todd Browning's remake of London After Midnight.
But he directed the original too, right?
Yes, he directed both of them. He just wanted a one that had talkies, as we call them, and that's what he did, and that's pretty much what this is a remake of London After Midnight.
All right,
it is. It's kind of twists and turns. It's more who done it again, but there is vampires in it, and Bela Lugosi is in it, and Lionel Barrymore and Lionel Atwill, they are in a lot of Universal Monsters movies together. Well, maybe not even together, but they're each in them, and they do a great job. But and the reason I watched this movie is because I was unboxing this figure, and I wanted to learn more about London After Midnight, and I looked up a synopsis of what the movie was about, and I couldn't comprehend what it was talking about.
Yeah.
It was so confusing the way this synopsis was wrote out. I'm like, man, I just don't understand it. And then I found I'm going through Google and stuff, and I see Todd Browning's remake of London After Midnight is Mark of the Vampire. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna watch it.
I did not realize that.
I'm gonna watch it, and once I watched it, that synopsis that I read made more sense to me.
I've heard that London After Midnight did not do well when it came out.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Like, it wasn't that great of a movie, I guess. Yeah. But it has that iconic image of Lon Chaney as, like, the whatever he is in that movie, like, made up and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And it is... I don't want to talk anymore about it because there is a twist at the end.
Okay.
And the very ending is absolute genius. I could watch the very end a lot of the times because Bela Lugosi is in the movie and he is a vampire. And watch the movie.
Okay.
And you'll really appreciate his dialogue at the end of the movie. It cracks you up. You get a big smile on your face and you want to go tell everybody what you just watched. It is so good. The very
ending. I will say this is not on my list. This is one I have not seen.
Okay.
And I've heard of it, but I guess maybe at one time I knew, but I have since forgotten that it is the remake of London After Midnight. So I did not remember that.
But that is my number 9, Mark of the Vampire, 1935.
All right. Well, my number 9, you said it ruffled feathers, and I'm going to ruffle them with you. My number 9 is The Bride of Frankenstein from 1935. And this was the first time watch for me. So, and like you, I'd seen so many lists that called Bride of Frankenstein the best Universal monster movie of all time.
Yeah.
So, maybe because of that, I came in really high expectations. And also, as a 42-year-old guy, horror fan, but I just managed to never actually watch this movie. Obviously, the image of the bride is iconic. Elsa Lanchester with the white stripe through her hair. I mean, it's absolutely iconic.
It is.
So I had this in my mind. I mean, she's hanging on your wall right there. And I go into this movie, and I watch it, and when it's over, I'm like, she's in this movie for like 30 seconds. Like, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Elsa Lanchester, the bride. She is literally, maybe she has 1 minute of screen time, and it's in the last 2 minutes of the movie. Like, that's it. What a misleading movie.
Yeah.
I mean, now that said, I liked it. The stuff with Frankenstein and the old blind man, that's probably my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, mine too.
And it is jarring to me to see Frankenstein talking.
Yeah.
Having never, prior to this Horror by the Decades exercise, I had never seen any of them except the original.
Mm-hmm.
So a talking Frankenstein threw me in the 40s when I watched The Ghost of Frankenstein. And that's the one where Igor's brain gets put in his body, and he talks with Igor's voice. did not like that. But I did not realize at the time that he talks in Bride of Frankenstein. So that makes it less bothered. Like, had I seen them in order, I wouldn't have minded it so much in Ghost of Frankenstein.
And you have not read the book yet?
No.
Okay.
I tried to read it when I was younger, and I just never got in. I definitely
because he does in the book. He does learn to talk.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he learns to talk from watching that blind old man for years.
Okay.
For years.
So that's more than one day.
Yeah, he was watching from the woods and watching that old man live, and he's learning the way, words and
Okay, I got you.
In the book.
I got you. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I just really don't get where the people who call this the best Universal monster movie, I don't get it.
I don't either.
It's I mean,
to me, it's almost like they made Frankenstein, the movie, and it was a really long movie, and they cut all this out. Because in the book, this is all in there, except the bride doesn't get made. Frankenstein, the monster, tells Dr. Frankenstein, I want a mate.
Yeah.
Make me a mate, or I'll kill everybody in your life.
Okay.
And Dr. Frankenstein says, okay, I'll do it. If you leave, you go away. Frankenstein even tells him, I'm going to go to South America, and me and the bride will live in South America and never have contact with humans again. So, obviously, Frankenstein's talking, and Dr. Frankenstein says, okay. And he does go to his laboratory and starts making a bride. And then he's like, what the fuck am I doing? My monster I've created has killed. Because in the book, he kills a lot more than in the movie. He's an absolute brute. I mean, he's brutal, killing everybody. Yeah. And he's like, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? So he destroys what he's made so far of the bride. But Frank, the monster, is watching. And he tells him that, I'll be watching you. You don't know where I'll be. You don't know when I'll be watching, but I will be watching. And when he sees him destroy that, that's when it's on. Frankenstein goes after everybody he's ever had contact with. The monster does.
Yeah.
And so, like I said in the book, the bride doesn't get made.
I see. I gotta read it for sure.
You do. It's
I think ultimately what I actually noticed the other day, I have 2 copies of it on my bookshelf in paperback. But I think probably what I need to do is listen to it and do it on audio. I feel like that would make it easier to get through.
Oh, I love it. I listen to it every year.
Yeah.
Once a year, I do the Audible, and I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I need to do that. And, again, to what you said, Boris Karloff is great as Frankenstein's monster.
He does do really
Colin
good.
Clive coming back, he's really good, like tormented by the past of what's happened and getting like blackmailed into helping Dr. Pretorius, who I don't really like him very much.
Yeah, I don't either.
When he breaks out his little people and like his little miniatures in the jars that are just totally fully functional, that whole thing struck me as weird.
It didn't work.
Like I frowned at the TV.
I was like, what? Are you serious?
All this and his thing is, I can't figure out the size. Like, why not? Like, you made fully functioning, normal little tiny people.
Yeah.
You can't make them bigger, and you want him to make it out of dead bodies. That doesn't make sense. But so yeah, I liked it, but I definitely don't understand the best ever Universal monster hype. But so yeah, number 9, Bride of Frankenstein.
We went on a tangent.
We did, yeah.
All right, brings me to number 8, and this one really comes from from Todd Bunn.
Todd Bunn.
Yes, sir. This is going to be...
Todd told me, and I told Rich.
Yes, to watch this movie, and I'd seen it, but I didn't watch it. I think I put it on, but because it's a foreign film, a German language film that I was like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So I didn't finish it. But when you texted me and said Todd said to watch this one, it is called M. Kind of M for murder. It is 1931. Fritz Lang directed. It stars Peter Lorre, Otto Wernick, and it's pretty much about a child serial killer that is wanted by the mob and the police. I mean, the police want to stop him, but the mob want to stop him too, because the closer the police get to finding this guy, the more they're going to dig into the mob's business, and they don't want that, so they want to try to catch this guy. And Peter Lorre plays our serial killer, and oh my God, it is amazing.
Yeah,
he does an amazing job. I had seen Peter Lorre in other movies, The Raven and a few of the other ones, but holy cow, you can totally see why this guy got the call up from Hollywood and said, "We want you, brother," because this was his first movie. Peter Lorre's first movie.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course it's German language, so you do have to read subtitles, but it is so worth it, and it is long.
I think Mad Love was his first English movie.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I feel like I read that.
Yep, because I did watch this, and then I immediately put on Mad Love. I did, and it was at bedtime, and Tina come in, she got out of the shower, and I had it on the TV, and I had fallen asleep. But she had it on, and she's like, "I saw that guy last night. You had him on the TV. He was bald-headed." And she's like, "He was crazy." I was like,
"Yes, he is."
And I showed her this. I showed her the scene, the last scene of him.
Yeah.
I was like, "You got to watch this." I mean, I thought that guy's eyes were going to bug out. Peter, I mean, he does such a good job. But thank you, Todd Bunn, for turning us on to this. It's amazing. But yeah,
it's definitely one I would not have watched.
I would not have
for the mention.
So. Yeah, but it is a really good movie. So 1931's M is my number 8.
All right. My number 8 is let's get more ruffling, I guess. Like more of the stuff that I was like, I don't know how people are gonna feel about this. Because even you in this case had these flipped. But my number 8 is Son of Frankenstein from 1939, which means I like that more than Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's one spot higher. And I say that because of Bela Lugosi and Igor.
He did do a good job, didn't he?
I love, like, he makes that movie
he does.
as Igor. Like,
100%.
Basil Rathbone is fine. I mean, I like him. Boris Karloff is great as the monster. But really what sets this movie off is Bela Lugosi playing Igor.
Yeah.
The whole, the scene where he's, like, at the court or whatever, and they're questioning him to see if the new Dr. Frankenstein's up to anything, and they're debating whether they can hang him again for the same thing, and he's like, "You already hung me once." And it's like, because like we already killed him one time, but he didn't die.
Yeah, that's why he walks all crooked.
Yeah, because he got yeah, he's just really good. I like the whole idea that the monster is like under his control, like they're friends, and the scene where he's back in the next movie, but he dies, and then Frankenstein finds his body and just flips out, and Frankenstein's monster. But yeah, I like it. I mean, and I had seen clips of this one before, like bits and pieces, but I'd never seen the whole thing start to finish. So that's more or less was a first watch. And I between Son of Frankenstein and Bride, I debated quite a bit, like, I mean, I think it was pretty easy that I liked Son of Frankenstein better, but I just felt weird about it because Bride has so much hype about it. And it's like, I just don't really get
People
it.
love
Like,
it.
I don't understand all the
People
hype
do
for
love it.
I liked it, but it's not like the best one. So yeah, my number 8 is Son of Frankenstein, 1939.
All right, that brings me to number 7, and I have 1932's White Zombie. Again, Bela Lugosi movie. It also stars Madge Bellamy, George Burr McCann, and this is a man who he has a voodoo master turn a woman that he's fallen in love with into a zombie.
Yep.
Because she is already engaged to be married, and this rich guy meets her, I think in New York, overseas. And then they come back to America.
I think so.
Yeah, and he wants to marry. He met this girl and fell in love with her, so he wants to try to make her his bride. So he gets his voodoo master, who is Bela Lugosi, to turn her into zombies. So she falls in love with him and leaves her husband. I don't think I had ever seen this movie until this year.
Okay,
I never seen it. I've heard about it. And when I watched it, I was blown away. I really was. I thought Bela Lugosi did a great job. I don't think people hold this in real high regard, and I don't understand why, because I think it's a really good movie. And when we talking about zombies, it's not like your zombies that's lumbering around because there's a disease or something that's
they're voodoo zombies.
They are voodoo. It takes place in Haiti.
Yeah.
So you got all that voodoo going on, but yeah, I think it's really, really good. And so number 7, 1932's White Zombie, and it is. I failed to mention is directed by Victor Halperin.
I've seen White Zombie, but it has been a really long time, and I was young then when I saw it, and I grew up on George Romero Zombies, so when I watched White Zombie,
like, what is this?
I was not happy with what I got. So I need to rewatch. I need to watch it as an adult, knowing what it is. I'm sure I would appreciate it more.
Yeah, I guarantee you will. It's not going to be. You're not going to think it's better than George Romero.
Sure,
but I think you'll like it.
So that was your number 7. So my number 7 is M from 1931.
Nice.
Thanks, Todd. Really good. I mean, and if he told me it was completely in subtitles in German, I don't remember that. It's fine. I'm a reader, so I don't mind reading subtitles. There was points it was a little bit slow, but I love the idea that there's a serial killer and the cops are struggling to catch him. They can't get any evidence. They're having a hard time. And then the idea that the mob is getting frustrated because the cops are cracking down on everything trying to find this serial killer. And so they're fucking up their shit. It's like, we got to get the cops back to normal and off our ass. Yeah. So we're going to go find this guy. Like, I love that idea. Yeah. And yeah, Peter Lorre is just incredible. I mean, that scene at the end, it's spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but the mob catches him, which that whole scene, like when he's hiding in that building, it's like sheds or something almost, but his eyes just pop out of his head like he's scared to death, and it's so good. Then the mob basically runs a trial. Like, he even has a defense attorney of the mob, like making a good case for him. Yeah. But because that was pretty powerful when the guy's lawyer says, his court-appointed attorney
tells that mob boss, who's kind of the judge, jury, and executioner in this situation, he's like, you have killed 6 or 8 people yourself.
Yeah.
And you're trying to hold this guy accountable for killing people? I mean, what are you doing here?
Right. And ultimately this is like a story about mental illness, and
it is.
And Peter Lorre expresses that so well. Like, when he gives his own defense, like, he says, I can't help it. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be this. I don't want to do these things and be this way. But I can't stop. Like, and he's so distraught about it. And I told you the other night, when we ran each other at the saddle, I was telling you, like, I can't believe it, but I kind of felt bad for a child murderer. It's like, I feel bad for this dude. Like, he doesn't want to kill these kids, but he can't help it.
Oh, it's so he does such a performance,
and that's just a testament to how good Peter Lorre is in this movie.
And the bad thing is, man, the sad thing is that he had like some kind of gallbladder disease, and I think that's why he was so short. Mm-hmm. And then because of his gallbladder disease, he got on morphine and got addicted to morphine, and it pretty much killed him. And that's why he died at such a young age.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if this guy would have lived on and got into his 60s and 70s and 80s, how many great movies he would have made. Yeah. I mean, because this performance, and I know everybody out there that listens to the channel, you know how high regard I hold Dwight Frye. I mean, this is close to being like Dwight Frye, Renfield territory. It is that good.
Yeah, he's excellent. I wasn't even familiar. I'd heard the name, but I did not really know him. And then I watched M, and I was like, well, I need to see more of this guy. So I watched Mad Love. And then there's more stuff he's done I definitely want to check out. So yeah, my number 7 is M from 1931.
All right, it brings me to number 6, and this is a crossover from 1933, Marion C. Cooper. It is King Kong.
King Kong.
I myself consider this a creature feature. I'm a total 100% think this is a horror movie. It stars Fay Wray, Robert Armstrong, Bruce Cabot. It's pretty much a film crew goes to an island to film a movie. Fay Wray is going to be their starlet, and they get to this island, and they discover a giant ape, and they want to bring it back and become rich and famous because they got a giant ape, and they bring it back to New York City. If you don't know what King Kong is, what have you been doing with your life?
He fights dinosaurs and snakes and lizards. And
I'm not sure if that is not one of my favorite on-screen kills is when King Kong kills that T-Rex.
When he rips his jaws open?
and if you watch it and listen to it, and you hear the bones cracking and stuff.
Yeah, it makes my jaw hurt.
And then after he kills it, he's kind of like a regular ape because he kind of plays with it and works his jaws open and close. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I thought it was amazing, whoever come up with that. But again, I can understand why people don't hold it in such high regard. But to me, I mean, it falls right at number 6 for me. So King Kong 1933 is number 6.
So were you bothered when I put it at 13?
No, I wasn't bothered. I get it.
Yeah. My number 6 is, so this is going to be, I noticed a trend, but I didn't want to spoil it yet. So this is going to be the 5th straight movie on my ranking that you had already said.
Okay.
My number 6, and it's kind of a coincidental flip that you just did King Kong, and I had that ranked much lower. You had this much lower. My number 6 is The Black Cat from 1934.
Wow, good.
So this was a first-time watch for me, and I mean, you covered it. The story's a little confusing. Bela Lugosi has been in a prison for like 15 years.
Prisoner of war,
and he knew Boris Karloff, who apparently got out clean and became rich.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned, so there's like this past rivalry with them two, and this couple gets caught in the crossfire. But the main reason that I ended up renting this one to watch it, the main reason I did it is because I read a review that said that this person said that this is the best Karloff Lugosi combination movie. And I've seen The Body Snatcher, and it was my number 1 movie of the 40s.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I need to see this.
Yeah. If it beats that.
Yeah. Now, I definitely liked The Body Snatcher more.
I as well.
But I guess the difference is Lugosi is more of a side character in that movie.
Yeah.
To where they are 1A and 1B. Yep. Like, they are the main characters in that rivalry and battle between them. But, I mean, it's a dark story. Like, it's like Karloff is like the head of a satanic cult. Yeah. And Lugosi kind of knows about it, but then there's stuff where Karloff ended up marrying Lugosi's daughter while he was in prison and telling Lugosi that she's dead. So, I mean, it's a pretty twisted, like, morally murky movie.
Yeah.
And the violence and the threat of violence is pretty heavy, and so I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like, I liked it. I think when you get Lugosi and Karloff, it's just the acting is so. I mean, it's hard. They're like, it's just magnetism to watch them. Like, you just can't look away. It's so good.
I think Bela Lugosi. Would you agree that he's probably the good guy?
Yeah, ultimately he is.
But when he ties up Boris Karloff and hangs him from that ceiling, and he says, "I want to skin him alive."
Yeah.
I mean, then you get some evil shit coming out of Bela Lugosi.
Right, and it's justifiable because at that point he found out that not only is his daughter alive, but Karloff married her and told her that he was dead. So,
yeah. Really, really powerful.
I liked it quite a bit. I mean, definitely, I would not say it's my favorite movie that they're both in because The Body Snatcher is probably going to take that, but yeah, number 6 is The Black Cat. And I just want to say, as we go into the top 5 here, it makes me think that we're going to have very matching top 5s.
I think so.
Because not one of the movies in my top 5 is the movie you've said yet.
You have one. You've mentioned one of mine.
Oh, yeah. I have, of the 5 I have left, you have not said any. And I've only said one of yours. So, okay.
All right.
Let's do it. Top 5.
All right. Top 5. Now, I want to say with this top 5. I could watch any one of these tonight, and it may move up to number 1.
Yes, these are.
This is like 1A,
agreed.
1B, 1C.
My top
1D,
5
1E.
is just ask me tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be a different order.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want you to understand that. I love all 5 of these, would probably be top 5 on any decade. Okay. So I'm going to get started. Here we go. 1932. Number 5 here is Todd Browning's Freaks.
Okay.
The first time I saw this, when you watch a black and white movie when you're a little bit younger, you might scoff at it like,
Yeah.
This one was so powerful to me. This blew my socks off watching this movie. I could not believe what I was seeing. It's a movie they couldn't make today.
No.
No way they could make this today. But it stars Wallace Ford, Leah Hyams. I got Olga Baklava. I can't even say their names, but it's pretty much a circus performer seduces another performer to claim his fortune. It is she's the trapeze, kind of the starlet of this freak show.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She's a regular human being, but there is a short person that is kind of the wealthiest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And he is married to another little short person. They're like tiny
little people.
Tom Thumb and whatever his bride is. And they are married.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're married, right? Or they're getting ready to be married.
I think they're married.
Okay, yeah. And this trapeze beautiful girl, lady,
mm-hmm.
she wants to break those two up so she can marry the short guy, take his fortune, get rid of him, and run off.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what it's about. And it is a revenge movie, 100% revenge movie. So, and that is one of the most powerful things. Once this thing kicks off and they all figure out what the hell's going on, and you get all these different freaks. And in this movie, Todd Browning really did use people with disabilities.
Yeah.
They were people that performed in old freak shows.
Yeah.
And it's disturbing to watch it. It is. It is just so powerful. And like I said, you if they made this today, it would all be special effects.
Mm-hmm.
They would never dare put a real person that has this disability in this spot, because there are people that have no legs. There's a guy that has no legs, no arms. Yeah. It's crazy what they did here, but I can't believe it. And it is a must see, and I'm sure this is probably shown in all kinds of film schools. If you go to a film school, I bet you this is the professor gets up there and shows freaks to his whole class.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. The acting's good, and because the majority of the cast is freaks, they're not like known actors. They're not in a lot of other movies. Yeah. I'm sure some of them are in a few, because they do a good job. But for the most part, I would say most of these people are probably obscure.
I did learn, I saw, this isn't a spoiler because it's from a movie from the 20s, but the Hans, the little guy, the little person leader guy that falls in love with the trapeze lady, he is in the Unholy 3.
Oh, is he?
With Lon Chaney Jr.
I did not watch that.
Chaney.
I did not watch that.
So I think there's a remake, Talkie, in the 30s, but he's in the original 20s one with Lon Chaney.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he's in the remake, but he's in the original in the 20s. Yeah.
Sweet.
So he's older than he looks.
Yeah, because he don't look old.
No, he looks like he looks like a child.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, so I cannot recommend this movie enough. But yeah, 1932's Todd Browning's Freaks.
All right. I am with you. Like, my top 5, I really love all these movies. Like, this was a crazy difficult top 5 to do. Like,
it is.
Any of these could flip anytime. And they're all great movies. So, with that said, my number 5 from 1932, The Mummy.
Oh my God. I cannot believe this.
I can't really either.
Holy cow. I thought this was your number one. I really did.
Yeah, The Mummy is coming in at number 5. Boris Karloff plays a mummy for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Shit.
Emotep, and then he turns into
we both know it. Right. Something Bay.
Artist Bay.
Ardith
Bay. God dang.
We both knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Egyptology thing, we've talked about that. I mean, I liked the sequels in the 40s, the first 2 that I saw. I love The Mummy. Had you asked me Never Not Horror what my favorite Universal monster movie was, it's probably The Mummy.
Yeah.
But in hindsight and rewatching and doing deep dives and all this, like, it's coming in number 5 of 5 movies that I just absolutely loved. Ask Me Tomorrow, maybe it's number 2. Like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
it's it's just such a stacked decade that I was surprised too. I thought it was going to be higher than 5, but I was trying to be really honest with myself, and I was like, you know what? It's number 5. There's 4 movies that I would give the edge to here.
Right here and right now.
Right here and right now. I think it can get a little bit slow, but still, I adore the movie. So, yeah, number 5. Like, I'm making excuses, but number 5 is The Mummy from 1932.
All right, that brings us to number 4, and this is the crossover right here that you've already mentioned. This movie, and this is James Whale, 1933, The Invisible Man.
Okay,
I'm a big fan of The Invisible Man. I can see why people aren't. The old lady that runs the hotel is kind of annoying.
She's kind of funny though.
Yeah, she is kind of funny.
When she loses her shit and she's like, ah.
Yeah, she does go a little far, but man, Claude Rains, holy shit! I think now I have read the book, the H.G. Wells novel, and really, really good book. I highly recommend it. It's kind of along the lines of Frankenstein, where the book is way more brutal than the movie. Obviously, you can't put on all that gross stuff.
You said it's H.G. Wells?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I've read something of his. I mean, I know he's written
War
a
of
ton
the Worlds. Probably
No.
You didn't read War of the Worlds.
While you're talking, I'm gonna check and see which one it is.
But yeah, this man discovers, I should say Claude Rains, Gloria Stewart, William Harrigan, it stars those, and he discovers, his scientist discovers invincibility, but this potion that he invents also causes him to go mad. And I think Claude Rains, even though he's not even in the movie, because he's invisible, and
until the very, very end.
the very end. But I think he does such a good job, and I think reading the book does help it. I really, honestly do. So I think when you read the book, you will appreciate the movie more, because James Whale did a really good job with this really complicated story. I mean, it is really, really complicated, but I thought James Whale did a good job. And The Invisible Man is one, like, I can watch it. If I put it on tonight, may not go to number 1, because my number 1 is all. I'm not going to say my number 1 is Concrete, but it is one of my all-time favorites. If not, it is. But The Invisible Man is just so, so good. But yeah, 1933's The Invisible Man is my number 4.
I was confusing H.G. Wells with Jules Verne.
Okay.
I have read 50,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I have not. I don't think I've read any H.G. Wells.
Yeah, really good.
I need to. He's a legend. Okay. Number 4. All these movies is like, I'm embarrassed that they're not number 1.
I know.
Number 4 is Dracula from 1931.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We did it was our very first episode of Never Not Horror. I gave it a 4 out of 5 howls on that episode. Just absolutely iconic. Bela Lugosi is Dracula in my mind. As much as I love Horror of Dracula, and I even like that movie more, Bela Lugosi is still Dracula in my mind. So
absolutely.
I mean, it's just great. Dwight Frye is incredible. We've talked at length. Like, I can't even add to it. Like, if you really want to know, go listen to the very first episode of Never Not Horror, which I'm afraid to do.
I know.
Because we've recorded like 40 episodes now. Yeah. Like, I bet that first one sucks. I'm afraid to go back and listen. Because I hadn't figured out shit yet. Yeah, we were just really winging it. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's an all-time classic movie. Nearly perfect to me. I mean, you gave it 5 stars, so yeah, it is a perfect movie for you. So yeah, number 4. How do you feel about that? My 5 and 4 were The Mummy and Dracula.
I know. That's surprised. What could the heck do you have up here?
I know.
I think I know one.
All right, yeah. I think you know one too.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, I did let it slip earlier when I was talking about The Invisible Man. It is Carl Freund's 1932, The Mummy.
Yep.
And I will honestly say, this is probably my most watched movie on this entire list.
Yeah.
And when I say most watched, this is one I put on at night to fall asleep to. I think it's very dialogue driven. I really love the dialogue on this. And when you get past the mummy thing, I think Karloff looks amazing as a mummy. I mean, it looks like a real damn mummy. When you think of mummy, that's what you're seeing right there.
Yep.
I mean, he looks, it's amazing. But you only get to see him for like 35 seconds in the mummy.
Right.
And then he's
Ardith Bay.
And he comes back to, he accidentally is resurrected by a young, dumb scientist, archaeologist, and Edward Van Sloan, I think, does a great job in it. He's this archaeologist he's like, we need to leave this alone.
Yeah.
This is bad, black, dark shit. We need to leave it alone. And the other archaeologist is like, this can bring us to mainstream. We're going to be we're going to be in every magazine in the world. We're going to be the most famous archaeologist. And of course, he wants to lay it low, but Ardith Bay comes around, and that is going to be our mummy, Imhotep, who came back, was brought back, and he's looking for his princess, and he'll do anything to get to her. But yeah, The Mummy, very good movie. I guess we should say it stars Boris Karloff, Zita Johann, and David Manners, who we've heard David Manners a lot through this podcast here. But yeah, number 3 is 1932's The Mummy.
All right. We're down to the top 2, or no, top 3. My number 3. Yeah. And I think this will be the biggest. I think you're really going to be like, what the fuck is he doing when I say this? My number 3 is Frankenstein from 1931. The original Frankenstein. Yeah. So now and we've talked before, like I had seen Frankenstein, The Mummy, Dracula, the Wolfman, Creature, the originals, but I had not seen any of the sequels. Had you asked me pre-podcast, The Mummy or Dracula would have been number 1. I wasn't a real big Dracula or Frankenstein guy, but rewatching it now for the podcast and then watching Bride and Son of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's probably my number 1 Universal monster movie. Like the original Frankenstein is incredible. Colin Clive's incredible. Boris Karloff is great. Dwight Frye is Fritz. Just so good. The opening with at the gallows where they drop the guy. Dwight Frye climbs up.
One of my most terrifying moments of my life.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. And Boris Karloff is great as Frankenstein's monster, but he never does it better than he does in the original to me. Yeah. Like, it's just that initial reveal when he turns around and you see his face for the first time. Like, it's just fantastic. Such a good movie. Miles better than any of the sequels to me, including The Bride. I mean, and I put Son of Frankenstein ahead of The Bride, but I mean, that's watching it this time. I was like, damn, like, I think I just never really gave it a fair shake before, or I just assumed I knew and I wasn't paying attention, but fantastic movie. So So yeah, number 3, Frankenstein.
All right, that brings me to number 2, and it is 1931's Frankenstein. Right. James Whale directed, stars Boris Karloff, Colin Clive, Dwight Frye, like he says, Fritz. And it's just Dr. Frankenstein creates the monster who ends up going on a killing spree in this small town. But yeah, there is that opening scene where they go to steal the body.
Yeah.
And that whole, you hear the bells ringing, and it's just, I think I have mentioned this on the podcast before, but what made this so scary to me is I had my dad show me this movie. I probably was 4 or 5, and I can remember it. But the reason I think I remember it is because my great-grandmother, my mom's grandma, passed away not long after I watched this. And I had never been to a funeral.
Oh, okay.
So that funeral scene at the beginning of Frankenstein is thought what I was going into. And my 4 or 5-year-old mind.
Oh shit!
That's what I thought I was going into with the skeletons on the wrought iron fence and the priest walking up and that's what I thought I was going into.
That would fuck up a kid, man.
It did, and I did not want to go to this funeral.
I bet not.
I mean, I was there when she passed away, and that was not fun as a little kid. But just knowing, we have to go to, we call her Mom. We have to go to Mom's funeral. And I can remember I had just seen Frankenstein. I was like, no,
not doing it.
I don't want to. I was so scared. Turns out it wasn't that bad.
Right.
Funerals aren't like that.
Nobody was taking her down.
Yeah.
I
was so scared to see that. But besides that opening scene, I mean, the scene when the villager comes in with his daughter that Frankenstein drowned, and he's carrying her body in.
He's like catatonic almost.
Oh my gosh, that is powerful right there.
Yeah.
And Boris Karloff, like you mentioned, just amazing without having to say a word.
Never better as the monster.
There'll never ever be a better Frankenstein's monster than that. And Colin Clive, I mean, as much as you hear, you see the actors, or what do you call them? TikToks, or of a guy going, "It's alive, it's alive."
Yeah.
It does not
Iconic.
do just. Oh my God, Colin Clive nails it.
Yeah, that has to be one of the most iconic moments of horror ever.
It has to be.
Yeah.
He's tried so hard and he finally got it, and he just lets that emotion just fucking go. And amazing scene. It's just full of great stuff. So yeah, number 2 is 1931's, way back at the beginning of the decade.
Yep,
is James Whale's Frankenstein.
All right. So we have an interesting situation here.
Uh-oh.
Because, I know what your number 1 is.
I'm sure everybody out there does.
Yeah. And that means that my number 2 is not on your list at all.
So let me see here. Yeah, it can be.
My number 1 is
The Mummy.
My number 1 has been on your list.
It has.
Yes. But my number 2 was not on your list at all.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So my number 2 is also from 1931, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I had never seen, and I'm ashamed almost to say, because there are so many versions of Jekyll and Hyde in film.
Yeah.
I know the story. I know what it is. Never read it. I'm going to because I bought it on Kindle. But I knew the story, but I never read it, and I've never seen any version of it. I just know of it. It's like, I don't know, like
it's on Bugs Bunny.
You just know it. Like everybody knows it. But I had never seen it, and so I finally was like, okay, I need to watch one of these. So we're at the 30s. There's a 1931 version, and I watched it, and it blew me away.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple things. So the effect of Dr. Jekyll turning into Mr. Hyde in this version of it is wild. It's so simple the way they do it. I don't know if you've seen this version.
I am ashamed to say I have not. I have.
You need to, and I think this will make your list if it didn't. Because I mean, it went up to I went from never having seen it to my number 2 30s movie. But when he turns from Jekyll to Hyde, the way they do it is it's a black and white movie, so you can't tell. But they put red makeup on his face, and then they put a red light on him so that on camera you couldn't see the makeup. And then through the transition, they cut the lens to a different color, so the red makeup started to pop. Yeah. And his face turns colors, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
But, and just the acting the story's great, the acting is great. And I have to say, I believe, thanks to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1931, I have found my Evelyn Ankers.
Uh-oh.
The girl who plays almost like she's not a stripper, but she works in like maybe a brothel kind of thing. I don't know, but she plays Ivy Pearson in the movie. Her real name was Marion Hopkins, but she is the one who, like, there's a little thing where there's an incident where she's with Dr. Jekyll and she's flirting with him, and he's interested, but he's got a love of his own. But then when Hyde comes in, he basically goes and like just abducts her and like forces her into stuff. But she is
smoke show.
She's quite a lady. So yeah, my 1930s crush, I guess. My wife can have Channing Tatum, and I'll take Marion Hopkins from the 1930s plays Ivy. But yeah. I was really surprised at how much I liked this movie. Yeah, like
I really need to watch it.
You do. I think
I have had it on and I didn't finish it.
I think I want to say I rented it, maybe. Or no, it's on HBO Max.
It is on something.
It's on Max.
I did put it on.
That's where I watched it. Yeah. Right. I mean, just
I heard his job is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. It's incredible. Yeah. So I was blown away. I want to see other versions of the movie now, but went from I've never seen it to number 2 on the 30s list. So yeah, number 2 is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Nice. All right, that brings me on number 1. If you haven't guessed it, then you've never listened to this podcast before.
Yeah.
My number 1 is 1931's Todd Browning's Dracula.
Yep.
And not an easy number 1. Like I mentioned, I could watch Frankenstein tonight and it would jump over it.
Yeah.
I could watch The Mummy tonight and really pay attention and it could jump over it. Freaks. I could watch Freaks. It may edge it out. But for me right now, as I sit here today thinking about it the whole week and pining over it, it is Dracula. Edward Van Sloan, Bela Lugosi, Dwight Fry. It's just, for me, it's the chef's kiss. It is, I think, one of the perfect made movies of all time. It's just based off of one of the greatest books of all time. I absolutely love it. And it's definitely, I probably watch this 6 or 7 times a year, every year. And just love it. Love it. Can't say enough about it. But yeah, Dracula is not easily, but it is my number 1.
I get it. Totally get it. It was my number 4, and I could make a case for it being anywhere in the top 5. But all right, that brings me to my number 1, and this is another movie that I had never seen until this prepping for this episode. So my 1 and 2 were movies that I had never seen.
Yeah.
And my number 1, been on your list, Todd Browning, 1932 Freaks is my number 1. I knew the legacy of this movie, and then when I finally watched it, I was like, Jesus Christ, like the balls on this dude to do this movie. But I love everything about it. The story.
How satisfying is it?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
My God, you're like,
because she is just screwing over
the
Hans.
Whole thing.
It's just, and you got the strongman douchebag guy. Like they're just screwing this guy over. And then just the satisfaction of, even up to a point, you still think he doesn't know. Yeah. And then you find out he does. And he's got the gang with him. Gooble gobble, one of us, man.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. It's just, a master class in film. And I read too that like just the controversy basically ruined Todd Browning's career.
That's
like
crazy, man.
Because it was so out there and so weird. But I loved it. I bought this movie instead of renting it. It was actually one of the first movies that I had not seen that I watched for this ranking because I knew it was gonna hit somewhere. And then I bought it. I'm glad I bought it because I'll watch it again for sure. But so good, just
powerful message.
I mean, the whole ending sequence. Like you got the freaks coming, the dude with no arms or legs just flopping around under the carriage, and I mean, I say that and it sounds shitty that I'm saying it that way, but it's not like I think he's got a knife between his teeth, and it's just craziness, man. And the scene where like she's pretending, the trapeze lady's pretending to be in love with Hans, and they're at the dinner when they've I don't think they really got married, but like they're together.
Yeah.
And his other fiance or wife or whatever is just so heartbroken.
I feel so bad for her.
But then the little ceremony where the little guy's got the the cup and they're all drinking from it. It's a gooble gobble, one of us, gooble gobble. And she flips out because she doesn't want to be one of them. And the whole. And the scene where the strong man picks Hans up on his shoulder and runs him around like a little kid, and it's so demeaning to him, and it's amazing. Like, blew my mind.
It is.
I watched that movie and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He crossed. I won't say crossed the line, but if he wouldn't have crossed the line, we wouldn't have had this masterpiece.
Yeah.
And some people probably would think he did cross the line. And obviously, you said it might have ruined his career. People say it might have ruined
From what I read, it basically did. Like, after Freaks, like, he had a bad reputation. And people were disgusted with the movie. And just way, way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And I just can't see it ever being made again, and maybe it has been made again, but
I don't know if it has. If it has, I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't think it's called Freaks,
right?
If it has, but man, it's just so good.
Yeah, I was blown away.
I'm happy that's your number one. I'm glad.
So my number one is Freaks.
Yeah.
All right, well, that will do it. That's our 1930s ranking. Not any like I was telling Rich pre-recording. This was the first time since I think the 70s ranking that like I had stuff I was leaving off. White Zombie. I saw it when I was a kid, but I need to revisit. When I watched that, I saw one list that had it number one horror movie from the 30s. So I watched it and I was just, I don't know. The movie Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Spelled with a Y.
Yep, I watched that.
I watched it.
It does have great cinematography.
Yeah, there's cool stuff in it. The thing with the shadow that runs around and then comes back and sits down by the guy.
Yeah.
That was cool, but ultimately I thought it was a boring movie.
Yeah,
I didn't like
boring. Very artsy-fartsy, but
it was like a 20s movie, but it came out after Dracula.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, this Dracula is so much better than this. So I didn't like that, but I appreciated some of the effects that it pulled off. But yeah. So definitely not an easy decade to rank. And when we get to our decades ranking, it will definitely be high on my list for sure.
Yeah.
So, how high? We'll have to see when we get there. Well, that will do it for the 30s ranking. I don't know yet if we'll do. I think we've been skipping a week to give us more time to watch movies. If we do a pre-30s ranking for the last decades thing for now. So we'll see, but next week will be your pick for a deep dive movie review. Do you know yet, or do you?
I'm leaning on one. It kind of will go into with the holiday coming up, and I think I'm going to do it, but I'm not sure.
All right, but you don't know yet. You still want to think?
I do know what it is if I do it, and I guess I might as well do it.
Okay.
And it's not considered a banger by any stretch of the imagination, but it is. Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next week will be a deep dive review of Leprechaun with St. Patrick's Day rolling up. I like it. Well, if you like the show, like, rate, review, do what you do. Spread the word and tell your friends about Never Not Horror. If you want to support us outside of the show, go to youtube.com, search for Rich Hansel, and you can find his channel there. You can go to steveclarkbooks.com and see what you want to see about my books. Next week will be a deep dive review of Leprechaun, and then we will discuss then what our next Horror by the, or what next quick cuts will be, because we'll probably take another break from Horror by the Decade. So spread the word about Never Not Horror. Tell your friends. We appreciate everybody, and come back next week where whatever it is, it's never not horror.
Oh yeah.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.